Look at me and then look at Austin. Seriously, I would fucking snap that guy in half.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Today we're talking about Bryce Hall's performance in the Battle of the Platforms YouTube versus TikTok matchup against Austin McBroom. We're gonna take a look at Bryce before, during, and after the match, and we're gonna go through his words and his journey. Before we get started, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. This is a new channel and we'll be covering all things social media entertainment. Also, please like this video if you find yourself entertained. I also have a video talking about the next big social media fight between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. You can check that out if you would like to see a video about that right after this one. So having said that, one thing I've noticed about these social media boxing events is how much crap talking they do before the actual fight.
So we're taking a 30-minute flight from San Diego to LA to show up at the press conference where we're gonna be meeting our opponents to talk our fucking shit. I can't wait for this shit.
With Logan Paul in the Mayweather fight, you could tell that Logan genuinely didn't like crap talking, and he even said this after his fight.
Floyd Mayweather, it was an honor. I hate being a dickhead. I love you guys.
Logan genuinely doesn't like talking smack. So there was an element of innocence going on there. And after the fight, there was a lot of grace and sportsmanship. Now, the YouTube versus TikTok event, on the other hand, that just reminded me of the whole YouTube prank kind of culture where, you know, where you would commit an obvious crime and then afterwards you just say, it's a prank, it's a prank.
Bro, pick up your pants. That's disrespectful. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
And then all is well and done, right? And everything is suddenly forgiven just because you said those words. So that's why with this video, we're going to be looking at Bryce Hall's words specifically before, during, and after the fight, and just the dynamic between all of that and how it changed. So let's look at a few moments of Bryce's words before the match.
KSI just said he would fuck me up in the ring, ha 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 ha. I wouldn't want to ruin the fight you've been dodging with Jake just because you lost to a TikToker. KSI, after I beat Austin, we can talk, buddy. I am down to actually fight KSI after I work Austin on June 12th.
He takes a lot of time to go after KSI here, making mention that after he beats Austin, he's gonna go after him. He even specifically says that in these press conferences and whatnot, that he's gonna be specifically going after these YouTubers.
I'm gonna be talking shit about all the YouTubers, all these washed up fucks.
So Bryce is at several times, and we're gonna see this throughout this video, he's at several times making fun of Austin's training footage.
What the fuck is going on?
Dude, we just saw Austin sparring.
Whoa, did you see that? He sprinted for like 7 seconds straight.
He makes light of it as if Austin is not an athlete in any capacity, and this just shows that he vastly underestimated his opponent. I mean, I don't think Mayweather even approached Logan in this capacity. I think Mayweather took Logan very seriously, and that showed in their fight. And Mayweather is Mayweather. And then in an effort to show his male alpha dominance, Bryce goes after Austin at the famous press conference we've all seen.
You shut the fuck up. Wait time conversation. You didn't fucking put time. Just stay the fuck there. Never step up on my like that again. Just watch. Why do you think because you're
And like I said, his words just scream delusional. If you've ever done any type of athletics or sports, you've seen this type. You've seen the guy that's all talk, but then when the match or the fight or the game actually starts, he gets his butt kicked. You just don't celebrate before the event has actually happened. I think that's just a rule in sports.
I could just tell by his demeanor, he already knows he lost. I could tell he was scared. And the fact that he thinks that this is gonna end in one round, him knocking me out, is just hilarious. I say good luck.
Bryce's biggest claim is that he's allegedly had 40 street fights undefeated.
I've been in over 40 street fights, undefeated by the way.
I think we all know that's pretty doubtful. Not saying that he hasn't been in street fights, but 40 undefeated straight, I don't know. What's funny is that he has footage of him picking fools up and then slamming them to the ground.
Which is kind of why my fights end up like this. How's the floor taste? Can't really relate.
You're not gonna be able to do that in the boxing match, buddy. So Bryce gives out two specific prophecies. The first one being that the fight won't go past the third round.
I don't see this fight going past 3 rounds.
And the second one being that it won't be like the Logan and Mayweather fight where they're just hugging each other.
It's definitely not gonna be like the Floyd and Logan fight where we're just hugging the entire time.
Now, he was correct on the first one, and the second one, I guess, is up for interpretation. Because technically, he was punched in the face more times than he was trying to grapple onto Austin.
Surprisingly, I am the underdog of this fight. I will not let any of you forget that, by the way. How the fuck am I the underdog?
And I think it's pretty clear why he was the underdog.
Look at me and then look at Austin. Seriously, I would fucking snap that guy in half.
So Bryce didn't put 2 and 2 together that his alleged 40 undefeated street fights aren't going to be the same as this boxing match. And like we talked about with his videos of him picking up dudes and slamming them to the ground, I mean, if you slam anyone on the ground with their head first, they're most likely gonna get knocked out. But here, Keemstar and Austin even acknowledged you're not gonna be able to do that.
If you look at all my street fights, 100%, yeah.
So you're used to tackling people and then
literally flipping people, yeah.
yeah. So you think you think
You
that's gonna
can't
hurt
do that
you?
though
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I was gonna
boxing
ask.
ring.
Do you think that's gonna hurt you in the ring, June 12th?
No.
No.
And again, he's constantly undermining Austin's work ethic and paying no mind to his background as a D1 athlete.
So hopefully we're not both.
You working on
fucking
that cardio?
Dead tired. I've been going crazy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's been about 5 years since I've actually been conditioned.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
So
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
yeah, I think I'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I've been a D1 athlete.
Yeah, just making sure.
You know, I'm a D1 athlete. Been doing this for a while. I know what hard work and dedication is.
When was the last time you did that?
Said 5 years ago, but it's
cool.
I breathe, eat, and sleep that shit. I've been doing this since I was 5 years old.
And Austin pointed out that Bryce never did wrestling seriously, and Bryce admitted to that.
You're a wrestler, correct?
Yeah. So I'm
D1
used to
wrestler or
used-
just
used to this
middle-
one-on-one contact sport?
Also, you never did it like seriously. No?
Guess you could say that. No.
Like I mentioned, you can tell the mentality going into this fight was vastly different between the two. And here's some footage of Bryce and Austin's fight.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
So after Bryce's epic demise, the tone changes real quick here. It's as if he was newly introduced to the concept of humility.
Congrats, Austin McBroom. We put on a show. Let's take some shots. I'm so proud of everyone on the card last night. You showed up and showed out and got in the ring in front of 30,000 people to do something you weren't fully comfortable with. Takes big balls. I love the experience regardless of the outcome. I can't express anything but happiness that we pulled off an event like that in just 3 months. Good job, everyone.
Now Bryce Hall's gonna be doing TikToks like this. He's no longer hostile towards Deji. If we remember back to him trash talking to him vigorously.
Jake Paul's son, #1, everybody.
But they now have something in common. So he wants to be nice to him.
Don't be hard on yourself either, bud, Deji. It takes balls what you did, and you performed amazing as well. It was all for entertainment, and you did that. Deji is actually such a good guy, man. Sucks to see people clown him for something they never get the opportunity to do.
What do you think is going to happen in this fight?
I mean, it was fairly obvious to me that Austin was going to win this fight. I don't know how people even thought it was going to be Bryce. I think Bryce would have put on a better show if he had a more serious mentality about it going in. He probably would have still lost, but I think he would have put on a better show. I think to Bryce, it was just a game for him, but for Austin, he was like, no, like he respected the trade. People already have a lot of bad stigma to this influencer boxing thing, and I think Austin went into this with a more respectful mentality of, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna take it seriously. And for Bryce, it was more like it was just for the money. You could even see when they did the bet, Austin bet $1 million and Bryce didn't until he was confronted in front of Keemstar and Austin said, put $1 million down. And it looks like Bryce was pretty hesitant to do that.
He said if I win, he would pay for my medical bills.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm offering you $1 million.
Dude, you're gonna have a fucked up face. You're gonna have to go to the hospital.
So
I'm not gonna lose. Like I'm not.
So if you're not gonna lose, put $1 million up like me.
All right, I'll do $1 million just like you.
You do $1 million.
Yes.
All in all, I think the lesson here is don't kill your chickens before they hatch. Now remember team, please subscribe to this channel. It is a new channel, and hit the like button if you were entertained by this video. And let me know in the comments what you think about Bryce's performance. Did you predict the outcome of the fight? Did you think Bryce Hall is gonna win? And if you did, tell me why. All right guys, see you in the next life.
Hey, what are you?